Hello, this is Leah from All Things Cards. I've had a few requests to show you how I make my papers. A couple of things, over the years I've been trying to scramble to try to find just the right paper that I want, and I don't always have it. Oh goodness, where's my lights? Let me lift my lights up. I'll show you this one. Maybe it'll focus. I think it's focusing. I don't know. Anyways, that yellow paper on the top, I made using the Nouveau Shimmer Powder in Solar Flare. There will be another video on how to use these powders, because I think they are pretty spectacular. I made this with them. I know, gorgeous, right? I made this. Can you see the shine? Can you see the shine? Anyways, I get distracted very easily. Sorry about that. Okay, today's video is going to be using your, oh great, these lights are all in my eyes now. Using your distressed ink. I figured I would go with what everybody generally has at the moment. I didn't use the distress oxides because you kind of get like a chalky feeling on the top of your paper, and I just didn't want that for this project. This is what I use. This kind of technique, I will take either alcohol inks or like these kinds of Nouveau things, or this stuff here, the distressed inks, and I'll take a plain piece of paper. This is the Nina Solar something or other that came in a big, big ream of paper, dented on one side, but I've managed to make it work. So, I ordered it through Amazon. They really need to figure out how to package that. Anyways, so they got that. Got this stamp set of leaves. Because I'm going to be doing leaves, I thought that I would just take probably this kind of a big, I don't know where the light is, big stamp, and just stamp all over it. And so here we go. Here's our plain piece of paper. I'm going to be using this dollar store dauber. And I marked mine with greens. I put green, red, and blue inside of this little dollar store container. And it just kind of sits up there on my shelf. And I'd use it for all the greens. And then I kind of clean it off when I'm finished, and away we go. So let's get started. We have two different types of, well, maybe three almost, greens here. We've got the more yellowy, olive type green over here. We've got the bluey type of greens here. I threw in a yellow just for fun. And this bundled sage, I don't know, just really... If you like the color, I apologize. I don't like this color. Anyways, I was told that I was rude when I was doing a review of something that I had. I gave an honest review, and somebody said I was rude. I don't really understand that. Was I rude because I disagreed with that person? Anyways, I looked up the word rude. Whoever you are, I was not rude. If you go on a vacation, do you not check the reviews? Do you want someone to just say it's all happy and glorious when it isn't, and there's bed bugs or there's something that's really distasteful? Well, I am short for words. That's what I am. I am allowed to have my own opinion, as are you. If you have an opinion about something, you can give a review. You can say it's wonderful and glorious if that's how you feel. You can say it's awful if that's how you feel. What is this world coming to? Okay, stop ranting. Time to turn on the fan. We're getting hot again. Okay. So I've got crushed olive, forest moss, peeled paint. These are kind of all in the same kind of family of color. So I'm going to do, I guess, two different types of papers. I'll do two papers. And I will hopefully have split in the middle so I can break it into two if I need to, or you can stop watching if you want to. These are the swatches that I made. I will link here. I will link here to my link for my swatches. Now I had to go to a lot of work to get this tabletop to show, because it just this process would not work with me piled on top of my guillotine. So I really had to make a pile over there, a pile over there, and I had to actually throw some things away. What is that? So, I know that I'm going to be using this to cut out leaves. So that's what I know. I tend to feel that it's easier if you know what you're going to do with it. If I'm going to make like 4 backgrounds, I would then repeat, or I would just go through for backgrounds. But let's make something for us to, when you take the lids off and you place them down on your workspace, be sure you're not putting it down on anything important, because if when you put this away last time you hit the pad, you will stamp whatever's over there. I have done that and made a mess. So learn from my disastrous mistakes. I know it's nice to be able to see the colors, but make sure there's nothing important underneath it. Okay, so far nothing important underneath there. So let's start with the lightest color. I ended putting up this bundled sage in there, so I'm going to start with this peeled paint thing. Now, ink blending is not my forte. It takes patience and time, and I'm usually in so much pain that I just want to get off of whatever I'm doing. So, you're not going to see any wonderful skills for ink blending today. If you want to see that, oh, Christina Warner's gorgeous ink blending. She is just spectacular at that. But that's not what I want. And I really like how the ink gathers at the edges, and then I can make these little swirlies because they add interest to my paper. Ooh, you can see some of the mowed lawn in there that I used. Must have used that the last time I was in here. So that was peeled paint. Not bad for a start, huh? Let's go to crushed olive. Let's see what that one looks like. I am not starting off to the side and bringing it onto the front and to the center, because I want all those marks inside my paper. Onto, into, onto, on. And I am taking this thing and I'm going like this so that I can get those edges to show up as really dark spots and swatches. Ooh, look at there. A little bit of a mowed lawn looking there. Somebody didn't clean their stuff last time they used it, which would have been a very long time ago when I used this. Crushed olive again. We are going with the crushed olive. I tend to try to get all the edges covered, because when you are, I'm going to move to bundled sage, not my favorite. We'll see how it goes with this colors. Might just add a little bit of a darkness we need. When you're doing this later on, you might have a word that can go right up along the edge, or something that you want to cut out. You can't forecast how you're going to use this. I know it looks like a big mess, but when you are die cutting, unless you want just a solid color, which go for that if you want. That's never usually what I'm looking for. If I want a solid color, I'll grab a piece of cardstock and use that. So, I really liked, at this point, you know, I'm kind of running out of ideas because it's getting near the end of this stage. I just want to make sure that I cover all the edges. Underneath here, I have from the Dollar Tree. I went down to the States and I got this from, I think it's called the Dollar Tree. Isn't that what your dollar store's called down there? It's like a kitchen, it looks like a placemat to me, but it's got a hole in it up here for hanging. So I think that this is what they use called cutting mats, 2 for $1. And I use that to cover up my Stampin' Up! Thing. There'll be a link right here as to what I do for my desktop. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I think that's pretty. I like the lights and the darks, don't you? It's kind of pretty. Okay. So let's just cover these guys up for a second. Now I really have to rack my brain as to how I did this next portion. Generally, I find some kind of a color and use it. I'm trying to think of what color. What color to use for the stamp. I know it's pretty like it is, and if you were cut out a leaf, it would be very pretty. I agree. You can stop here. You can. But I kind of wanted to show you what I did when I was making papers previously. I have over here to the side, which I brought with me to do, let's see, got this one and this one, and I thought this one might also add something to it. So this one's got circles, which are fun. and they can create some kind of an image. Because when you cut out a leaf, you know, your leaf just might have a little bit of a portion of the stamp image on it. I don't want anything that's, we're not going to use this one because I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. I want something that's, I also use this one mostly for Christmas ones because it's got these kind of like squiggly things that look kind of like tree branches and stuff. So know what you're going to use your paper for. Very important. So this stamp set, don't ask me where I got it. I don't have a clue. I get a lot of stuff secondhand from people, and I have no idea where they got them from or anything about them. So it just looks like it's kind of broken things on some of these. They don't. I like that one where it's fat and skinny, and I like this one where it's fat and skinny. So can I fit both of them on here? Let's see. Maybe I can't. There might be just enough room. Okay. Save me some time. Ooh, look at that. They will fit. And this will also help to not have those junky edge things that you get when you're dealing with this stuff. What on earth? I should have thought of this beforehand. Maybe Leah should pause the video. Now remember, this is all water, affected by water. You could stop now and add some water drops to it, or whatever you want. What I tend to use, I'll just give it a shake. I've got two of them here. They are Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray, and this one is the Sheer Shimmer Gold Spritz. One is by a company called Imagine, the other one, oh, they're both by Imagine Crafts. Okay, this one I've used, it's just a Sparkle, it's called Sparkle. I have emptied this one and refilled it with my Perfect Pearls. And this one I don't think I've emptied this one yet. I just really like that one better. And this is a gold, as you can see. And you just shake it till, like the usual stuff, shake until you need to. Okay, now this is what I find that when we're finished, I will be spraying my paper with either the silvery one or the gold one. Because why on earth would I add water to it when I can add shimmer to it? Okay, put those off to the side for now. Now, I still have yet to figure out what to stamp these in. I want them to show up, but I don't want them to overpower. I want them not to be affected by water, because if I'm going to stamp with anything else that goes on there, I don't want it lifting. Which does not help me because I can't think of anything right at the moment that I really should spray this with. How about clear embossing powder? No, not clear embossing powder. What is it? Versamark. I didn't do this in the past. I just stamped in red and green because it was Christmas paper. Or I stamped in silver. Silver? I mean, what was I using? That's what happens when you make something so long ago that you can't even remember what you did. Are you like that? Have you done something so long ago you look at it and go, what did I do? Somebody should have told me I would need to figure this out at a later date. Well, here we are at a later date. And I'm moving this around because it was hanging off just a bit and that really bothered me. Although who knows why it bothered me. Maybe it's not important. Ooh, I think I got it on there. I got it on. Okay, so let's think. We need a darker green. Where are our swatches? Peeled paint seems to be a nice dark one. Okay, we'll go with peeled paint. Ah, it is water. It's affected by water. Okay. Let's go in here. Seeing as we got greens, we want something darker. I'm hoping I'm grabbing the right stuff, people. We're in new territory. Olive Grove. I think that would be the best. I don't think Northern Pine. Northern Pine's got a bit of a blue, which might pull out that. Maybe we'll do half and half, and we'll see what it looks like. So this is Memento's Olive Grove. Not ideal to be using a tiny ink pad, but here we are. Never in ideal situations. Doesn't have to be perfect, because all we want is just to cover it. Because we don't know what this is going to be. We don't know where we're going to put our leaves. We don't know anything. So, you know what? Doesn't really matter. There, look at that. Like I said, you could stop right here if you want. If, when I say something, it triggers some kind of a, oh my goodness, I could do, and then that idea comes in your head, go with that. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I watch videos and I think, oh, I've got that. I can do that. That is a great idea. And then I make something completely different from the person that was making the thing in the first place. It doesn't matter. Called crafting. It's not called precision auto detail. We can do whatever we want. I'm going to be stamping off. Not happy to stamp on my tabletop. I got a piece of scrappy paper here. It's in Con Cooperative. Just going to come off here to the edge. My tabletop is not, see, it's got little bits of where it's not touching, but that's just because I got my wonky tabletop. I have stuff stuffed underneath there. Yes, if I were to clean my tabletop beautifully like everybody else's is, I'm just not that person, so I would never be able to make a video. And we would not be here together. Yeah, where to go? Start in the center, don't start at the edge. So I've decided that I am not going to clean this thing up every time I want to make a video and show you something. If we do, we would have 5 videos up. Yeah, that's, or maybe less, because I don't think I've cleaned my desktop off 5 times last while. I do it every couple of months, maybe every lots of months, and I just swipe everything into a bin, and then I will work from there to try to clear that bin out and put everything away. My mother would not understand. She was a person who everything had its place, and if it was out of its place, it was the end of the world for some reason. Now in the kitchen, I do agree, everything has a place, because if not, you're going to be spending so much time searching for whatever it is. And when it's put in the wrong place, oh my goodness, that is the worst. And it is the end of the world. Oh my goodness, am I like my mother? Please say I'm not. Anyways, but in life in general, I cannot live like that. Sorry, Mother. I know I was a big disappointment, but this is how I am. And instead of laying in bed depressed like I did for many years because of her words, I've decided that I don't hate who I am. I don't put myself down for not being able to deal with mess or housework or whatever it is that she thought I should be like her. And I'm not. But then she would never be able to do this, and I can. So we have our differences, our strengths. She was excellent with paperwork. Well, I am at work. At work, I'm excellent with paperwork. At home, not quite so much. She was excellent with paperwork. She kept her house spotless. Everything always in its place. And she prided herself on that. And she was despondent over the fact that I couldn't do it. But I cannot build my life around that anymore. Sometimes, I don't know why it is, because I'm not in anyone else's head. I know someone who has trouble like I do with the housework and things like that, and won't let anyone into their house. Well, you know, I'm not there to clean your house. If I were coming to clean your house, then yay, I wish I had the body that I could do that for you. But I can barely manage my own with this body I've got. But I used to live my life like that too. And now, if you're coming over to my house, it's a disaster. And I can't do anything about it. I'm happy to live here. It suits me. I don't know if it suits my husband or my children, but it suits me. And I am not going to hide anymore who I am. And if that makes me rude, oh well. I hope I'm never rude to people. I always try to be as kind and considerate, thoughtful, put myself in everybody else's shoes, because that's where I work. I work in a place where I have to show empathy to a high level, and I do that well. I think there are some things I do well, Mother. They're just different than what you do well. We are all different. Ooh, what's that?
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
I have a text message. Woohoo! I know, that's so funny. Isn't that a funny tone for a text message? He's going to say it again later. But isn't that funny? I heard that when I was searching through iTunes for something else. And I heard that and I thought, oh, that is so funny. It makes me feel like I have a secretary. So I did it. I bought it. I put it on my phone. And it makes me smile. And isn't that something that's important in your everyday life? To smile? Yeah, it is. Don't think it isn't. Gotta have fun in life, my crafty friends. I'm kind of disappointed that I got this kind of a gap over here. Oh well. But this is looking pretty nice. I like it. I do not have the ability to put my camera over at my die cutting machine. And I don't want to bring the die cutting machine over here because it's really big. And I only have this amount of space. I mean, that's pretty tiny. Look at that. It's only part of my forearm. It's not even my full forearm. Let's look at the paper. The paper is 8.5 inches wide. That's how much depth I've got right here. Okay, so what do you think? Let's throw a couple off the edge over here because I just wasn't at the edge there when I was doing that one. So we'll just throw something over here. And maybe something down in this corner. You can do whatever you want. Ooh, I got a little bit of a down here. Got a little bit of gap down here. I'm going to fix that gap. Fix the gap.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll get right on that. See, isn't that fun? That's fun. And I have a text message. Woo! Gotta love those text messages. Well, look at that. Got a little bit of a blurb in the middle there. I wonder if I can just throw that in somewhere. And then I got some random thing in the middle of nowhere. Let's just take this and we'll just do some random little bit right there. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. But let's try it. I won't push too hard because I don't want all this other stuff to go down. Just push in that little area. And of course it doesn't work. Ugh. There we go. Now I filled that hole that was really bothering me. So there we go. That was Olive Grove with peeled paint, a little bit of bundled sage at the end, crushed olive, and forest moss. And this no-name stamp thing that I got here that I do not know where I got it from, and I don't know who made it. I know nothing. I might have even got it at a dollar store. You never know. Sometimes you can find a stamp set at a dollar store and you're like, what? They have stamps here. I love this dollar store. It's my new favorite. Okay. So let's get that all cleaned off and put away. I was surprised to hear that Simon Hurley does not clean his stamps. Each time he uses them, he makes a little pile of them till the end of the project, and then he cleans them all. You know, he's got a beautiful, lovely, big space. And I might do that if I had a lovely big space, but I have a squishy space, and I have dropped that one. I've got a very squishy space, and if I did that, I would have ink everywhere. For those of you ladies with your lovely craft rooms, I like your craft rooms. They are so pretty. I have a Costco table in the corner of my dining room, and I took the corner so I could actually put stuff up all around the walls. And then I got rid of my dining room table. Haha. Sorry, hubby. And I put in another Costco table over there to my left with my, whatever you call it, big kick, big kick, Sizzix die cutting machine. And now we are going to take this and we are going to spray this with some gold. I think we'll go with gold. Now I've got another one of these placemat cutting board things. I like to use those a lot. Put my paper down on there. Shake up my gold. Do you think gold would be best? I don't know. You see, I think the gold would bring that and make it too goldy, too yellowy. But I'm thinking maybe this shimmer, sparkle, the other one, might cool it down a little bit and not make it so yellowy green. I'm going to go with that one for a change. Usually I do my gold. Now, I'm just going to hold it up and I'm going to spray big blotches of it. There we go. And I'm just going to leave it. It is very shiny. If you want, you can take your thing out of the bottom and just go beep, 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 beep. That's not doing a thing. It did one splotch. Pow, 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 pow. I guess I really have to beat it up and add some really thick floppy things. But you see, because this is going to be cut up into so many different things, I don't think it's going to matter. That part doesn't matter. It's mostly the getting the sparkle on there. Can you see it in case you wanted to buy it? Imagine Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray Sparkle. I got it at my local store, I believe. I don't know. Imagine Crafts Sheer Shimmer Spring Sprit. Maybe they're thinking spritz. I don't know. Anyways, I will pause the video now because this has got to dry. Or, well, let's get another piece of paper. Let's just move this. See, now I can take this and just move this somewhere and let that dry over there. Let's grab another piece of paper from my trusty cart. I got a 3-drawer rolly cart thing beside me that I got for $45, I think it was, or $35, off of Facebook Marketplace because someone in my area was getting rid of it. Okay, here we go. We're doing greens still, but we're changing over to the bluey greens. So we'll just get these guys out of my way, and we will bring in Twisted Citron, Evergreen Bough, and Squeezed Lemon, and Mowed Lawn. I wonder what this is going to make. I should have kept those guys on the stamp pad. Anyways, we will keep going. Do I say anyways a lot? I hope not. I hope I don't say like a lot. Because that, oh, let's keep the Northern Pine because this will be our nice dark for the bluey greens. Isn't it funny how people talk nowadays? Now this is still going to be coated. Keep in mind, I'm just going to move these off to the side because I don't have enough room. And I am putting the lids near them and taking a chance. Yeah. Okay, so let's just take my scrap here. Clear this off. What is that? Oh, just an announcement. Not exciting. Isn't it funny when you have birthday reminders come up on your calendar and you're like, oh my goodness, that person hasn't talked to me in a couple of years. Why do I still have their birthday come up? Yes, that does go through my head. Just like that. Why on earth? This person decided that they could move on in their lives and not include me in them anymore, so why do I have their birthday come up? Anyway, I bet you my birthday was probably never in their calendar. Anyways, let's move on. Let's not be bitter. And when did the camera stop recording? This thing needs to beep. Anyways, I'm back. I didn't even know I was gone. Hubby, please help me out here. This camera has been good to start with, but now it's just making me angry. And I don't like to be angry. I like to drink happy cups of tea and make crafts. I don't want to get mad. I like the way this bluey green look is looking. I have no idea where you left off. I do apologize. Anyways, I think we're good. Let's put our lids on so we don't have an accident. Goodness gracious. wonder if everybody else has these problems too. When you film their videos, thing just decides to shut off all the time on them. Okay, just move things to the side because we just don't have the energy for anything else right at the moment with this camera problems. See, now I should have left them on there because it fit really well before, and it took me a while to get it in there in the first place. Let's see if that'll work. My goodness. Oh yeah, it does work fine. Oh, push, push, push. Now we're going to use our Northern Pine from Memento because it is a bluey green. And I think it'll go nice. Get your paper underneath it, Leah, before you start. So you can start. You can do the edges when you need to. Start in the center. Learn from my mistakes. There we go. Push, push, push. Ooh, that is really dark. That is really dark. That is really dark. But I don't have too many options at the moment. Still building up my supply list, my stock. Somebody asked me the other day how I keep track of my stock. Well, I use a program called Evernote. Q, link to Evernote, and I find it works very well for me. You can take a picture of all your stock, and then at some point you're going to hit the maximum amount that can be uploaded for that month. And it will tell you that if you want to keep going, you can pay. Well, did you notice the part that it said for the month? So, I didn't pay. And I waited patiently, and a month went by, and then I could upload more again. And then I filled it up again, because of course when you're starting out, you're just going to be filling it up like crazy. It's going to take you a few months to fill it up. And then, now, when I get new things, I can just add it. And it goes with me everywhere on my phone. I know what my stock is. I know what I've ordered, because I add the word ordered to my title until it arrives, and then I go in and I remove the word ordered. And when you're out shopping, you can just look, do I have this? Yes, I do. No, I don't have this. Get it. You have my permission. I found it great for these Memento ink dewdrop things because I have a lot of them and I don't want to duplicate, but I would like to get all of them. Just like I'd like to own some or any of Gina K's inks because I think they're gorgeous, but they aren't available here, so it'll take me, I'm going to stamp that here. It'll take me a while to ever get those unless I just take a whole bunch of money and buy them all. I might do that. Because they're very pretty. But, what was I saying? Because I don't know which ones I have, I wrote down, I went in and I put all the names in there, so that when I'm out shopping, I know which ones I want to get. It's not looking so bad. I'm unhappy that it's so dark. Maybe for this one, I will just do half of it with the swirlies and the other half without. Because I don't know what projects these are going to bring up. These could, well, of course I'm going to have to make something for you, but other than that, I mean. Now I'm racking my brain, what am I going to make? Thanks a lot, guys. Gotta pull out my leaf stamps. Leaf, not stamps, die cuts. Ooh, you should see how this other one over here is drying. I don't know. Can you see the shimmer? Wow. Okay, very pretty, huh? It just took who knows how long because my thing died. But I'm enjoying myself. You could watch a movie, you could watch your Facebook, not Facebook, Netflix. Do whatever you do while you craft. And then in the end, you have a gorgeous piece of paper that you made and that you can replicate. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to replicate it perfectly. Who said? You can do whatever you want. I don't really like that corner. Nobody look at that corner. But you made it. And you can make some, oh my goodness. You can also make some glitter paper to match. Take a piece of white, this stuff. Ooh. Ooh, are you getting an idea? I'm getting an idea. See, this is how it goes when you're watching these videos, and I guess it happens while you're making these videos. Let's take this corner off here, and let's make a piece of glitter paper with it. Now, this stuff here, let's grab another cutting board thing. Put it like this, put that there. This one has less gold in it, so let's go with gold. See how it settles? Let's go with gold for this spring. This one. Just add gold flecks. So I'm going to pick it up a little bit. I don't mind if it's blotchy, because you know what? Those little bits of blotch, that's why I wanted to do that. They activate the distressed ink and lift a little bit and then create these beautiful gold things on the paper. So I'm going to move this to the side. Let's see if our other one is dry yet. It's flattening out. Let's see. Excuse me. Feels dry. Can you see, although I think it's a little damp still, just right there. Can you see where the blotches are? There's some little blotches, and it's just little concentrations and little flecks of the sparkle one. Very pretty. I will take this to my die cut machine. You can take it and you can cut it in half, and then it'll fit in the average die cutting machine, which I think is 6 inches wide. So what I generally do is I cut it in half here, and then I arrange my dies all along here and then all along here. Sometimes I will just arrange them all together, and then I'll tape them with some of that this or the thin one, and then I'll just move it around and work my way across the paper so that I can have a variety. And I think it's also time for a cup of tea. Don't you agree? Tea time. Okay, I will be back. I will be back. Okay, I'm going to stop thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. And was it, I don't know what movie he says I will be back, but I'm a Terminator fan. So now I'm thinking about Terminator and what to do with the rest of my day. Anyways, I know I was going to make videos, but maybe Terminator could be involved in making no videos. And I doubt it. Too much copyright problems. Okay, have a good day. Oh, don't have a good day. Just hold that thought. I'll be right back. So here are the two sheets that I cut my leaves out of. We have the one with the blue tint to it, and we have the one that has a more olive tint. I didn't even use all the paper, but let's see what we got. Look at all the pretty leaves. I'd say it looks like fall in here, but these are the wrong color for fall. So lovely patterns. I wonder if I can get this any closer and show you. I don't know. Can't tell if it's blurry or not. Here's hoping. Aren't they pretty? Make a lovely card with those. Which I will do next. I'm not a big fan of making everything all at once, so I gotta take a break. And I will plan a card and I will come back.